The ancient Maya built one of the most extraordinary and successful civilizations in history. They created a world of dazzling cities, intricate art, and complex writing systems, all long before Europeans arrived in the Americas. However, when Spanish explorers discovered the Maya 500 years ago, many people were stunned. They couldn't believe that the Native Americans had developed such advanced societies on their own. Some even thought that the Maya and other great civilizations in the Americas were brought over by people from the Old World before 1492. But modern archaeology has debunked these myths. There's no evidence that Old World migrations influenced Maya civilization. Instead, we know that the Maya and other cultures developed independently in the Americas, starting with the first people who arrived during the last ice age around 12,000 to 20,000 years ago. Maya civilization emerged from this independent development. Located in eastern Mesoamerica, the ancient Maya thrived in a region that today includes parts of Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. This vibrant civilization continued to flourish until the Spanish conquest. Before the arrival of the Spaniards, the Maya had established numerous city-states with rich histories dating back to around 1000 BCE. Over the next 2,500 years, these city-states or polities rose and fell. Some were powerful for centuries, while others lasted for a millennium or more. To understand this fascinating history, we divide Maya civilization into three main periods: the Preclassic, the Classic, and the Postclassic. The Preclassic era, from about 1000 BCE to 250 CE, saw the rise of the first Maya kingdoms. This period is further divided into the early Preclassic, around 2000 to 1000 BCE, and the middle and late Preclassic, starting around 1000 BCE. The Classic period, from approximately 250 to 900 CE, represents the peak of Maya civilization. During this time, the Maya achieved remarkable advancements in architecture, art, writing, and population growth. The Classic period is subdivided into early, late, and terminal phases, with the terminal phase marking the beginning of changes that would continue into the Post-Classic period. The Post-Classic era, starting around 900 CE and ending with the Spanish conquest between 1524 and 1697 CE, saw a revival of Maya culture, but eventually faced new challenges. Throughout these periods, the Maya developed a sophisticated agricultural system that supported a large population. They used a mix of techniques tailored to different environments. In the highlands, they built canals for irrigation and used terraces to farm hilly land. In the lowlands, they created raised fields and drainage canals to manage swampy areas. Their crops included maize, beans, squashes, manioc, chili peppers, and cacao. They also raised domesticated turkeys and grew cotton for weaving clothes and textiles. This complex agricultural infrastructure allowed the Maya to support millions of people. Maya society was organized around kinship, class, and community ties. Each Maya city-state was a collection of communities, with the largest cities serving as the capitals of independent kingdoms. These capitals were impressive, featuring elaborate temples, palaces, markets, causeways, reservoirs, and plazas. In the lowlands, cities were mainly made of stone, while highland cities used adobe and timber. Thousands of common people lived in simple houses made of adobe or thatch. During peaceful times, Maya cities thrived thanks to trade networks that connected them with other kingdoms. Many city-states also formed alliances, especially during conflicts. However, these alliances didn't lead to a unified Maya empire. Instead, Maya warfare focused on gaining prestige and tribute by defeating enemies and capturing them, rather than outright destruction. Captives were often adopted by the victorious families, although some were sacrificed in religious ceremonies celebrating victories. Archaeology has uncovered fascinating details about Maya kings and kingdoms. By around 400 BCE, the Maya had established powerful city-states like Caminaljuyu, now buried beneath modern Guatemala City. Caminaljuyu was a major highland capital and produced intricately carved monuments with hieroglyphic texts. In the lowlands, El Mirador was a grand city with vast causeways and enormous temples. It flourished from around 500 BCE but declined by 250 CE. The Classic period, roughly 250 to 900 CE, was marked by remarkable advancements. The Maya developed detailed royal texts that reveal much about their history and society. One of the greatest classic kingdoms was Tikal, which expanded its influence by founding client states throughout the early classic lowlands. Tikal's power was challenged in 562 CE by the Khan Snake Kingdom, led by the Kalakmul king, Yuknum Chain II. For over a century, the Khan alliance dominated, but Tikal regained its power in 695 CE under King Jasaw Chan Kawil. Tikal's resurgence was significant, but the city began to decline around 800 CE. The terminal classic period saw significant changes. Overpopulation, environmental degradation, warfare and droughts led to famine, disease and violence. Many lowland cities were abandoned as people sought better conditions elsewhere. Despite these challenges, some kingdoms like Chichen Itza in Yucatan adapted and thrived. Chichen Itza became one of the most prosperous states in Mesoamerica, shifting power from royalty to an elite council. However, it too eventually fell, marking the end of the classic era. The post-classic period introduced new states with different economic, political, and religious systems. The economy shifted towards practical goods like salt, cotton, and obsidian rather than prestige items. Political power was exercised by councils rather than kings, and religion focused on household rituals and new deities rather than grand temples. States like Mayapan in northern Yucatan succeeded Chichen Itza, building on its legacy and emphasizing a more utilitarian economy. Mayapan thrived until it fell a century before the Spaniards arrived in 1524 CE. The Spanish conquest was a devastating blow, ending Maya civilization and leading to over a century of conflict before the final defeat of the last independent Maya states in 1697 CE. Despite the fall of their ancient kingdoms, the Maya people did not disappear. They survived the Spanish conquest and centuries of oppression. Today, millions of Maya people still live in their ancestral lands, preserving their culture, languages, and traditions. Their heritage and resilience are a testament to the enduring legacy of Maya civilization.